What's going on, folks? So the band Stygian recently released a new single here called Abide Your Master. I'm really excited for this because their previous album, Aradia, loved it. I really enjoyed that album quite a bit. They have a unique sound to them that I totally dug. So I've been excited since that album to hear new material. And here we go. They got a new song and a new album in the works. So I think it's on the horizon. I'm not quite sure of a specific date for the release of the new album, but it's on the way. So anywho, until then, we have this new song to check out. So let's just do that right now, shall we? Rangers, go.
The words of wisdom derided now mock the truth and pretend that it's fair. Your rivals chastised and chided. There is no honor and no one seems to care.
The night will come and they long for
Wow, I dug it. I really like their sound. I mean, musically and the vocals. I love the vocals in this band, and that's one thing that really drew me to the album Aradia. That they really construct some nice melodies, some nice kind of a bit of that epic heavy metal sort of sound. And those vocals are just so good. I love his range. I love the tone of his voice. And yeah, it's just really nice to hear new music from them. And I am not disappointed. So yeah, vocally, I'll start with, I guess, love the vocals. Just love him. I mean, he's just got a great voice. And yeah, can really command the song, and it's memorable. So yeah, love the vocals. And for the most part, I really like the song musically. The guitars, I would say for this band, the guitars and the vocals kind of take the forefront. But the drums also are super good. But yeah, I love the riffs in this song, the guitar riffs and all that good stuff. I really liked the verses a lot. Just a great kind of rhythm, and again, the vocals are really killing it. I just enjoyed that so much. And so it built up into the chorus, and this is the funny thing because I'm on the fence about the chorus. I really like the vocal melody a lot. I think it works super well. It falls in line with, what one would expect from this band with the sound and the style. And again, I mean, the dude's vocals, I really like his vocals a lot. But the thing with the chorus, I feel like it would have been better if musically it was smoother. Because you kind of have like the first line of the vocals are delivered, and then there's a little bit of a break, like a dun, digga, 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 dun, and then it kind of starts again, and then there's that break again, and then you have the line, and it just felt a little choppy. And because of the vocal melody, the way that it is, it's quite melodic and all that. It just feels like that kind of musical choppiness doesn't suit the vocal melody so much. So I think, like, if the music, like the guitars and all that stuff, was a bit smoother, was a little bit more melodic, kind of like how the vocal melody was, it would have worked a lot better. And I'm not against that sort of approach to kind of have that choppiness, to kind of give maybe a little bit of an oomph to each section of the chorus or the melody or things like that. I mean, that works well. And this band did that, multiple times in the previous album, and it kind of worked to emphasize certain sections or things. But here, it just doesn't quite match. So I end up liking both, but separately. Like, I like the guitar work. I like the music in the chorus. And I like the vocal melody and the vocals. But this particular combination, it just doesn't quite jive. Like, it doesn't connect enough to. So something has to give. And my personal opinion is the music has to give here. So I think if the guitar work and all that stuff was a bit smoother without those breaks and all that stuff in the chorus, it just would have worked a lot better. The first kind of guitar riff is good, but then kind of blend in to a bit more of a melodic sort of approach, connect it instead of being as choppy. And I think that would have helped the chorus just really soar a bit better, which I think is what it deserves. That's my opinion. So while I like the chorus, I really think the music just has to be tweaked a bit, to adapt a bit to the vocal melody. And that would just really, really it just be awesome. Awesome. Because right now, I just don't think the two mix well. So it just ends up not landing the way that it could. I like the bridge and all that stuff. I mean, musically, I really did like the music, the drum work, some great fills, and some nice oomph to the drums. And yeah, I mean, it just, like, I'm pleased because of what I love from Aradia. This definitely feels like Stygian fare. They're not, changing or anything like that. They're very true to themselves. They're what I would expect and want from the band. So at the end of the day, I enjoyed the song, but I do think it could be better, mainly because of the chorus and stuff. So, anywho, I'm a big fan of this band. Radio was actually the first album that I listened to from these folks, and I was super, super impressed. And I look forward to what they're going to continue to do. And the only other thing I will say is the video. I will never ever share like political feelings or anything like that on this channel because this is for music. This is for power metal, melodic rock, symphonic metal, heavy metal, epic heavy metal, all that good stuff. This is music. So I'm not interested in discussing or sharing political thoughts one way or the other. I don't care how you feel. This is music. So with that being said, is this video, by having like real life, currently living people in the video, I do find it a bit off-putting. Again, no matter how you feel, no matter how I feel, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't land right. It's one thing to have like historical figures or something like that, but having AI driven real life, currently living people in your video, it's not a stylistic choice that I would choose. And again, I'm not disclosing like how I feel about anything or whatever, but even just seeing this video and seeing someone who's like a currently living leader of a country portrayed like in a certain way or whatnot, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right. So it's one thing if the lyrics kind of allude to leaders of a country or something you disagree with. I'm not against like, music or lyrics expressing your feelings or something like that. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. Like, I completely agree with that. That's fine. Share your thoughts and all that good stuff. That's what art is about, expression. But portraying something like this in a video like this, I don't know. It feels a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say like tacky, but and disingenuous isn't like the right word either, because if that's how you feel, it matches like the lyrics or whatever of the topic. But I don't know. It just feels a bit like, I don't know, artificial. Like, it just doesn't sit right. It's hard for me to come up with like the right word for it, but I just don't like that. Again, express your feelings through your lyrics, all that good stuff. That's fine, because again, like, regardless of how you feel about anything, I think folks can appreciate that you're expressing your thoughts. Cool, I'm down with that. But a video like this, I don't know. I just don't think it's like the right choice or the most. Again, there's like a certain word I'm looking for, but can't find it. And I don't know. I wouldn't do it. But that's me. But aside from that, I dug the song. I think a few tweaks could have made it even better, but the sound, like I'm super stoked that Stygian Fair has a new album on the horizon. Looking very, very forward to that. And yeah, that's my thoughts. So let me know, folks, in the comments down below what you think of this song here. Did you listen to their previous album, Aradia? What do you think of that? If not, I highly recommend it. What are your thoughts kind of like on this approach on the video? I'm curious, but again, keep things friendly. You know, I'm not taking sides or, you know, as far as like the political side of things are concerned. I'm just talking about like in general, this kind of approach to a video. But yeah, ultimately, what are your thoughts on this song? Are you looking forward to the new album? Let's discuss it. I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.